Hi, I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins from the Black Wealth Bootcamp. And I was thinking today about this very simple idea, but yet a very important idea that comes into play when you're talking about starting a black-owned business. Uh, Generally, when you talk about an economy is not built on sort of expecting someone else to do something for you or dependence upon people who are outside of your sphere of influence. The best economies are built when you're able to obtain and give resources, give and receive from the same economic ecosystem, almost like air kind of circulating through a room, or you think about a relationship between a man and a woman. Or two men or two women, whatever people do. I'm not judging. But a relationship involves give and take. It says, I give to you, you give back to me. I give to you, you give back to me. When you're giving to this person and this person over there, the other party maybe feels threatened. Why? Because they somehow may feel internally that their resources are being given away, sort of being pushed outside of the ecosystem. So it may cause them to push their resources outside of the ecosystem and form other relationships with other people, right? Well, economic relationships are kind of the same way. Basically, when you have an economy, when you build your own Black Wall Street, if you will, which is one of the things that we push really, really hard in the Black Wealth Bootcamp, we find that there's a huge amount of security that comes from having a collective of people, a co-op of people, so to speak, that are just committed to helping each other out, who are committed to buying each other's products if they can afford them, who are committed to hiring each other for jobs and supplies and things like that if they can, investing in each other's businesses or borrowing and lending from each other, things like that, just forming trade, lots and lots of trade. Trade is what makes an economy go. And what I found was I originally started the Black Wealth Bootcamp as an educational initiative. I said, look, I'm just going to talk to people about the fundamentals of building black wealth and see where that goes and teach them what I know about business and all these other things. And, because I've run some businesses and made some money and I was able to quit my job. So I figured I would just share what I know. But what I'm finding is that the greatest benefit is not just with the teaching part, it actually has come with the cooperative aspect of a group of like-minded people. 457 students that we had in the last boot camp. 400 and something black people who are all on the same page mentally, who are all committed to supporting each other's businesses. All of whom want to build something of their own. All of whom want to form investment clubs. Many of whom want to join their money together and buy real estate. I mean, when I started seeing this, I got really excited. I said, "Oh my gosh, this isn't a class. This is an economy." And when you have an economy, what that means is that when you leave your job and you leave the corporate plantation, wherever it is you're trying to do, you're not sort of just out there. You're not out there trying to figure out everything on your own, raising all the money on your own, having nobody to sell to, or having to go back and beg white people to hook you up. Because that's where a lot of us are. That's why a lot of us struggle in the American economic system is because we're marginalized. What does marginalized mean? Marginalization means you're pushed on the fringes. And when you're pushed on the fringes, you're not part of the ecosystem, which means that you're sort of begging for scraps. You take whatever scraps are left over after everybody else is eating at the table. Because the system so far, in the first 400 or so years that America's been in existence, this system has not embraced us, truly integrated us into it, at least not integrated us in a way that actually makes sense. So you have black folks, brilliant black people, who are either unemployed or underemployed or hate their jobs or just stressed out because they don't feel like they're getting the opportunities they deserve. I have a truth to break to you that is painful to hear, but I think it's a reality that we have to embrace nonetheless. The world does not care about you, number one, and life is not fair. And I had to say this to my daughter not too long ago. I had to explain to her, look, life ain't fair. You know, whoever told you this story that if you do your best and do a good job and work hard and get an education, you're going to get everything you deserve, that person was lying to you. The game is rigged. The American economic game, the global economic game is rigged as hell. If I cussed, I would say rigged as a MFer. Okay, I'm trying my best not to cuss, just so you know I do cuss, and I can't apologize for that. That's just who I am. But I will tell you, the game is rigged. And the way to survive in a rigged game is to find a way to rig it in your favor. Do what's ethical. Don't go around stealing from people or hurting people. I don't believe in any of that. But when it comes to protecting you and yours, you have to rig the game in their favor. The way you rig the game in the favor of your children, you build something, you pass it on to your kids, give them a head start in the race so they have a greater chance to win. The way we rig the game as a community, we come together, form enclaves, buy from each other, support each other, so that each of us, as we enter into the economic system, we're being brought into something where our presence makes that system stronger, and the existence of the system makes those people feel safer. So when you leave your business, you won't feel like I felt. When I first left, I didn't have a community. I didn't know who I was going to sell to. I didn't know how I was going to get other people, even black folks, to really buy my books or pay attention to anything that I did. But now, if you have cooperatives, then you can quit your job and you can feel a little bit safer. And so, what I will say is that I have found that, and first of all, first and foremost, I have no shame in talking about the Black Wealth Bootcamp. Even if it sounds like I'm promoting this to you, I really am presenting this as a viable alternative educational opportunity where you're learning from good professors just like you have at a university. But the primary benefit that I've found so far is the fact that we have 400 plus African Americans. We have another 200 plus students coming in the next semester. So we have 400 plus African American students, all of whom are building businesses and they're supporting each other. One lady was telling me the other day, she said something like, in our office hours today, we have these Skype meetings where I talk to the students and answer questions and all that. And she was telling me that she said, I've had this app, and I think it was, what's the name of the app? It was an African American oriented app to help people buy black and stuff like that. And she said, I've been wanting to do this app for the longest. I could not find a technical person to help me with it. I couldn't find anybody to buy it. I couldn't find anything that I needed. She said, now that I'm in this group, I've got people that are excited about this product, that are willing to buy this product, that want to help me build this product, that want to help me distribute this product. And that's when it really hit me. And so that's what led me to have this conversation with you today. If you don't want to join the boot camp, you don't have to. So that's I want to mention that because I do believe that it's something worth bringing up. But at the very least, when you decide to leave the plantation, and I believe that there's a good chance you probably do, because when we did our last survey in our Black Wealth Bootcamp meeting, half of the students said they hate their jobs. 16% said that they were unemployed. So that was 51% in the first group, 16% in the second group. That's 67%, two-thirds of the attendees in that particular class said they either hate their job or they didn't have a job at all. That's kind of what we're looking at in terms of a reality. So the solutions do not exist with this nonsense about integration and hoping that the Democrats come save us and begging a white man for a job. Those aren't solutions. Those solutions don't work. They work for the black elite. They work for maybe the top 10%. But everybody else kind of feels like you're struggling. If you're a little too pro-black, if you're a little too outspoken, if you believe Michael Brown shouldn't have got shot in the back or whatever it is, suddenly you get labeled in a certain way and opportunities don't come to you like they come to everybody else. So just keep that in mind. I can't tell you the exact purpose of sharing this lecture, but I just had to share these ideas because they came to me and it's literally 1 o'clock in the morning and I said, oh my God, I've got to share this with people because I think it's that important. So anyway, I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins from the Black Wealth Bootcamp. Until we meet again, please stay strong, be blessed, and be educated. I am gone. Peace.